Welcome back to Giant Stadium. The coin toss has been won by the Broncos, and they will receive. That's Brad Daloiso to kick to number 22, Vaughn Hebron. Hebron averaging about 25.5 yards a return this year, but no cut touchdowns as yet for Mike Shanahan, who is going up against the New York Giants for the first time in his coaching career. This is Hebron, 2 yards deep in his end zone. 20. Stumbles across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. And now John Elway will go to work, completing 61% of his passes, 18 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Here's his offensive line. It is familiar. Jones, Schlereth, Nalen, Neal, and Harry Swain. In the backfield, Terrell Davis starts along with Howard Griffith, McCaffrey, the ex-Giant, Rod Smith, the wide receivers, Shannon Sharp, the tight end. First down from their own 27 for the Broncos. That's Davis in motion. Quick pass over the middle to McCaffrey across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Let's take a look now at the New York Giants defense. Tremendous pass rushers at the ends in Michael Strahan and Chad Bratsky. Christian Peter starts for injured Robert Harris on the inside. Keith Hamilton is there as well. Buckley, Widmer, and Jesse Armstead at the linebacker. In the secondary, Felipe Sparks and Conrad Hamilton are the corners. Tito Wooten and Sam Garnes, the safeties. There's Jim Fossil. On second down, Elway to throw again. With time, throws complete, and that's enough for a first down. Shannon Sharp with the 7-yard reception.
Well, the Broncos, they come out throwing today. When you look at this Giant defense, Greg, I think they're going to play nice and conservative today. What they don't want to do is take chances and get beat by the big passes, or take chances against the run and watch Terrell Davis run for a 60-yard gain. John Fox, the defensive coordinator, he says of the Broncos offense, they're one of the few teams he's ever seen that can run the ball exceptionally well and throw the ball with the same way.
On first down, the give is to Davis, and Davis across the 40 out to about the 42-yard line. Keith Hamilton, number 75, with the tackle for the Giants.
Now, Terrell Davis not feeling coming into the game, not feeling well, I should say, and we talked about it, the flu or maybe some food poisoning, whatever it was, and you think about all the athletes that we've seen in the past, they've not felt well going into a game, and what happens? They focus really well, and they end up playing exceptionally well, so Terrell Davis, look out.
Pick up a 3 on the play at 2nd and 7 from the 43. Davis trapped in the backfield and brought down by number 98, Jesse Armstead. Armstead severely twisted an ankle, told us yesterday that he's only operating at about 60%. That's a pretty good play for a 60% player.
Well, it is. Number 98, Jesse Armstead. The thing is, he's going to feel really well early in the game. The question is, how does that ankle hold up as the game goes along? He gets hit, makes a few of those tackles.
So Elway looks at 3rd and long. Need to get to midfield for a first down. Throws down the middle, and wide open Rod Smith. The 45 falls forward to about the 44, and that's enough for another first down. 16-yard pickup.
Well, the Giants defense, true to their word, they are not taking any chances. Extremely conservative, but when you've got a quarterback like John Elway, thrown for over 50,000 yards, and the offense of the Denver Broncos run, somewhere along the line, you're probably going to have to take a chance because they're going to find the open holes in your secondary to take advantage and get past plays like this past one.
In the Broncos' thrilling 35-31 win against the Chiefs last week, Rod Smith had a career-best 165 yards receiving. Here's Davis for a couple.
Well, you know, Greg, that's the reason why, you talk to John Fox and everything, and you look at this offense, the Denver Broncos always so good early in the football games, always score a lot of points in the first quarter. Now, you're the defensive coordinator, and this is how I would feel too. Let's at least make them have 10-play drives. Somewhere along the line, they could have a penalty. You don't know. Terrell Davis, hey, he fumbled last week. Maybe he'll fumble again. Tip a pass make something go wrong for the Denver Broncos to keep them from scoring that touchdown.
Terrell Davis lost a fumble last week for the first time in more than 800 touches. All kinds of movement, and John Elway ends up making a tackle. Terrell Davis now with the ball, and
the whistle hasn't blown.
Well, this will be interesting. Was there a whistle prior to the snap?
They did not blow the play dead. I did not hear it.
Our referee today is Mike Carey.
Offsides on the defense, number 98. 5 yards, ring, second down.
Well, that's something we haven't seen, Greg, have we? We've done 5 Bronco games this year, and it's like clockwork. John Elway is going to draw you off sides with his snap count a couple times during the course of the game. This time, first drive, he wants to make sure they get that score or give them a better chance to score. He draws them offside.
Those things show up in the game films, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. But until you hear his voice and hear him yelling out, you just can't duplicate it in practice.
You saw how dominant the Broncos have been on opening drives this year. Elway, play action. Incomplete, intended for Shannon Sharp. Tito Wooten there to make the play for the Giants.
Well, that's who had to make it, is Tito Wooten. He watched John Elway. The reason why he gets there and knocks this ball out of the hands of Shannon Sharp, it took John Elway just a little long to let Shannon Sharp clear, get wide open. Tito Wooten sees it, diagnoses the play, and gets over there and makes the big hit.
Well, we know Tito Wooten is one of the favorite players of our producer, Mark Wolf.
Well, he's a big Giant fan, so
we may see that play a number of times later today. 3rd and 2. Quick drop for Elway, complete, and first down to Sharp. It was well into the 4th quarter before Shannon Sharp caught a pass last week from John Elway. He's already caught a couple today.
Well, with the Broncos this time, they put 3 receivers to the right. They're going to give Shannon Sharp a good matchup. Marcus Bugley, a little zone, wide open, little hole, 3rd and 2. Really easy completion for the Denver Broncos.
9th play of this drive. There you see Sharp's performance last week against Kansas City. Elway almost trips, has all day to find a receiver, and there's McCaffrey in the middle of the field, just short of the 20-yard line. Well, outstanding job by the offensive line of the Broncos.
Well, nothing surprising there. In offense, they do an outstanding job just about every week. But you can see the Giants' game plan. Let's make them make a lot of plays. And so far, well, I don't know what was number 10 that time. That was the 10th play of the drive. They're on the 20-yard line, so they're still hoping the Giants will make that the Broncos will make that mistake before they score.
Here's offensive coordinator Gary Kubiak. Elway on this drive, 5 out of 6 for 44 yards. And now Elway coming to the sideline to talk with Kubiak, who has been talked about, possible head coaching job in circles.
Well, you know, we talk about the Bronco offense. Last week we saw the Kansas City Chiefs defense. They did really kind of the opposite of what the Giants are doing. They put everybody up there and said, no matter what you try, we're going to stop the running game. So Mike Shanahan's response after the game was, we don't care. Go ahead, stop the running game. We'll let John Elway pass for 400 yards, which he did last week.
Well, Mike Shanahan going back to that master plan for the first 15 plays of the day.
You know, I always look at that plan, and you can see it. We'll show it later. The yellow spots, and they must be the special plays, the ones that really get a lot of yards.
2nd and 1. Davis, first down and more across the 15 to the 13. 8-yard pickup, and the Broncos have another first down.
Now, you see, look at this sheet. Now, look every now and then you can see the yellow outlines all over it. And see, those are the ones when he gets a little impatient. He says, let's call one of these yellow plays and let's go for a big game.
I used to use the yellow marker in the book because this is the part that I think the teacher wants to hear.
No, that's what the teacher marked on your papers when she got back. They're all marked up with yellow.
First down, Broncos at the Giant 13. Quick drop, throws complete, Sharp inside the 10.
Well, this is something a little different, Greg. I mean, almost a 7-minute drive so far for the Denver Broncos. If you had a chance to watch the Denver Broncos over the course of the season. It usually takes 6, 7 plays. They move down the field and score those touchdowns or get a chance to kick the field goal. The Giants being conservative, really making them work, and I like the strategy.
Broncos have held the ball for more than 7 minutes now, and John Elway will call timeout with 7:54 to play in the first quarter. Receivers Shannon Sharp, Ed McCaffrey, Rod Smith on this drive. He's established Terrell Davis on the run. I would imagine, Phil, he can do most anything down here now.
Well, you know, pick your poison. How do you want to die? I mean, you've heard all those cliches before when you face the Denver Broncos offense, but all year long, except for last year, it's been terrific. I mean, last week, it's been terrific in the first quarter.
McCaffrey in motion. Davis. For 1, maybe 2. Keith Hamilton, Chad Bratsky with the tackles.
Now, one of the reasons why the Giants can play the way they are today and not take those chances, not blitz, keep everybody in position to stop the big plays, is their defensive line. I mean, I think the strength of this whole football team, no matter what position you look at, it's with the Giants' defensive line. Michael Strahan, Chad Bratsky on the outside, Keith Hamilton, Christian Peters, a backup, but good, solid defensive linemen who can stop the run and have the ability to rush the passer.
First thing John Elway told us yesterday, they're really good up front. 3rd and 3. Elway. End zone. Popped into the air. Falling incomplete. Corey Widmer was there on Shannon Sharp.
Well, the Giants got what they wanted. It comes down to making those 3rd down plays. Watch the tight end, Shannon Sharp, go out against Corey Widmer, fake, and then go up the field. Corey Widmer does an excellent job of staying with him, not going for the fake. And watch John Elway. He needed about a half a second more to look down the field and make that throw. And Michael Strahan doesn't get the sack, but really gets the big hit.
Jason Elam from 24 yards out is good. So the Broncos drive the length of the field, have to settle for 3. 7:01 to play, first quarter. CBS Sports, Broncos go 68 yards in 14 plays. And Jason Elam with a 24-yard field goal to give Denver the 3-0 lead.
You know what really upsets me today?
I know exactly what upsets you.
Yeah, coming back to Giant Stadium and seeing that there's no wind on the field. I mean, it's as still as I've ever seen in this stadium.
Elam kicks. David Pack at the center. 30, knocked forward to about the 35 or 36-yard line. George Coghill with the tackle. So the Giants will start with decent field position and did a pretty good job at the other end of the field just before the field goal. Great defense by the Giants to start things off. Their own 36-yard line. And Kent Graham calling the signal is going to throw right off the bat to the outside. It's complete to Ike Hilliard. Hilliard, first down yardage close to midfield. 13-yard pickup. You see the numbers on Kent Graham. And here's his offense. From tackle to tackle. Roman Oben, Greg Bishop, Lance Scott, Ron Stone, and Scott Gregg. In the backfield are Gary Brown and Charles Way. Chris Callaway and Hilliard, the wide receivers. Howard Cross, in his 6th season out of Alabama, as the tight end. The 49, the give is to Brown. And Brown breaks tackles to 45 and to the 43-yard line of the Broncos. 8-yard pickup on the play, and now a quick look at the Denver defense. Solid up front with Neil Smith, Keith Traylor, Trevor Price, and Ma'a Tanavasa. Solid at linebacker, Mobley, Kadrez, and Romanowski. In the secondary, familiar faces all. Rookie Eric Brown misses another game with a strained groin muscle, and Tyrone Braxton replaces him. There's defensive coordinator Greg Robinson looking on. 2nd and 2 from the 43. Charles Way. And nothing there at all.
Well, Greg, the very first play the New York Giants offense run, Denver sent blitzers from everywhere. They want to go out today and attack the Giant offense. Blitzes, really try to overrun an offensive line that struggled this year. Giants, on the other hand, you saw the first play. Kent Graham, they like to throw some short passes, and then when they get first downs, They need to throw play-action passes, get it down the field. You've got to score some points. We saw Kansas City last week. First down play-action passes really worked against this Denver defense.
3rd and 1 at the 42-yard line. Brown, first down and more. 35, 30, 25, inside the 25-yard line. Steve Atwater with the tackle. For an NFL Today report, let's check in for the first time today with Jim Nantz in New York.
Thank you, Greg. Look out for the Rams today. They've already picked off Drew Bledsoe. The interception led to a touchdown pass. Banks to Azahir Hakeem. 10-0. Rams, first quarter. Back to you.
All right, Jim, the road's a dangerous place in the National Football League.
Yes, it is. And we can see the Patriots struggling and the Giants off to a good start.
First down from the 23, pass out into the flat, Brown again, and he gains a couple to about the 21-yard line. Tyrone Braxton for the tackle.
Well, Denver again, first down, they send everybody. Gary Brown one-on-one with Tyrone Braxton on the outside. If he breaks the tackle there because of the blitz, he'd have a chance to score the touchdown. But you know, when you're a big blitzing team, which Denver can be at times, they do it for a reason. Because when they put their defenders one-on-one, they make the tackles.
Gary Brown, 124 yards last week in the victory over Arizona. 2nd and 8. Brown with a couple of yards across the 20 to the 19. Clock continues to move, coming up on 3:40 to play here in the first quarter.
You know, the pace of this game so far, you're right. Going on 3:30 in the first quarter. Denver's had the ball once. The Giants can play a conservative, take-your-time offense and defense right now. But if you get behind, then you got to speed it up. And that's when the Giants would really be vulnerable to just about everything the Broncos want to do.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd and 6. Graham pulls it down, going to run with it, and not going to get more than a yard or so. And that'll bring Daloiso and the field goal unit onto the field. Ma'a Tanavasa with the hit on Graham.
Well, good job, Denver's defense. Ken Graham was telling us yesterday, the one thing that makes it difficult to play against this Denver defense is they disguise their coverages so well. And that time, pre-snap, he thought he's going to have Ike Hilliard right out in the flat real quick for a first down. But at the last second, the corner rolls up. He's not open, and Ken Graham did a smart thing not throwing the football.
Daloiso will kick this one from 36 yards out. And it's perfect, right down the middle. So the Giants come right back, tie the game. 2:32 to play in the first quarter. We're all knotted up. At Daloiso's 36-yard field goal has pulled the Giants even with the Broncos at 3. 2:32 to play here in the first quarter. And Daloiso will kick. This one scoots along the ground, knocked down, and now picked up. Loose football and fallen on by the Broncos inside the 20-yard line. Number 56, Keith Burns, couldn't get a handle on it. And the Giant defense is going to be pumped as they come onto the field. 2:22 to play. Welcome back to Giant Stadium in New Jersey. 3-3 tie, Broncos and the Giants, as Denver comes to the line looking at 1st and 10 from their own 18-yard line. John Elway engineered a 68-yard drive on their first possession. Here's Terrell Davis across the 20 to the 25, and a penalty marker comes flying in.
Looked like a face mask on Terrell Davis. I always like guessing at these things because, you know, I'm wrong most of the time, so just throw it out there.
And, of course, it being the Christmas season, you think we'll probably let you slide on it, but in this case, you're absolutely correct.
There we go. That time, really a good job of blocking by the tight end, Shannon Sharp. Sam Garnes comes up, puts his hand on Terrell Davis's face mask.
On the defense, number 41, 5 yards only. The enforcement
Garnes,
results
in his
in a
second year out of Cincinnati. Let's check in for the first time today with our guy on the sideline, Armin Katayan. Armin.
Greg, you mentioned Terrell Davis's health. He throwing up all night long. He took 2 bags of intravenous fluid before the game, just about 15 minutes before the game. I spoke to him as he came out of the tunnel. I asked him how he was feeling. He said, man, pretty low, not real good. Interesting to see how long he can go. Back to you.
All right, Armin, first down from the 33. Davis straight ahead, big hole, 45, midfield, close to the 45-yard line of the New York Giants, and another Bronco first down. 22 yards on the play.
Well, Goes without saying, it'll make you feel better. Runs like that. Watch Tom Nalen, number 66, inside. Does a double block, gets Christian Peter. Then he comes off of it and gets Jesse Armstead and Terrell Davis. He does the rest. But talking to the Giant defensive players, the one guy they single out, number 66, Tom Nalen, the center, very good at opening holes up in the middle for Terrell Davis.
First down from the 46 for the Broncos. And a little pitch to number 29, Howard Griffin. And that gets maybe 2 yards on the play. Michael Strahan, Corey Widmer there.
Well, the Denver Broncos, they rip off a couple big runs. So the Giants say, well, the heck with this conservative defense. They put more guys up in the line of scrimmage. They're coming with the blitz. And I tell you, the Broncos have the perfect play called. Tony Jones, number 77. If he gets over there and makes that block on Corey Widmer, it's going to be a big play.
2nd and 8. We are in the final minute of the first quarter. Elway going to throw on the slant inside to number 85, Willie Green. And Green fighting for first down yardage and appears to have it.
Well, you can see the Broncos opening up their offense. You know, the one thing that struck me funny, John Fox, a defensive coordinator for the New York Giants, he was telling me the other day, he says, what makes it so hard to play against the Broncos offense, they got a wide receiver playing tight end in Shannon Sharp. And he says, to make it worse, they got a tight end playing wide receiver in Ed McCaffrey, number 87, and it just makes it impossible to draw up defenses and match up personnel against those guys.
Clock winds down on the first quarter, and that'll do it for the first 15 minutes of play here. The Giants have played the unbeaten Broncos dead even. Second quarter coming up. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Elway to throw. Has time. Throws out here, and a fine catch made by Ed McCaffrey. Just outside the 25-yard line. 7-yard pickup.
Well, Ed McCaffrey singled up against Philippi Sparks on the outside. Old teammates practice against each other. Ed McCaffrey slips and falls and still is able to reach up and catch the football.
Remember the Giants for 3 years?
Well, that was kind of a little topic of discussion in the locker room when I was down here Friday watching practice. Why did they let Ed McCaffrey go? Everybody wanted to know.
This is Davis, and not much there for Davis, maybe a yard. Jim Nance is standing by with another NFL Today report in New York. Jim.
All right, Greg, we featured this rookie phenom in the NFL Today. Talking about Fred Taylor. He's in the end zone again in Jacksonville with a 10-0 lead on Tennessee. Let's go back to Giant Stadium.
All right, Jim, pretty good challenge for the Jaguars with Mark Brunell sideline.
Says a lot about their football team, how they're prepared and how they're coached. When somebody gets hurt, the next guy always seems to step in and do a good job for him.
3rd and 1. Davis hit hard at the line of scrimmage by Corey Widmer, and he looks to be short of the first down.
I think he is a little short. Corey Widmer, middle linebacker, big and strong, able to fill those gaps and take the offensive lineman head on. And when he meets a runner in the hole, you can see he can stop him.
Second outstanding defensive play of the game already by Corey Widmer, and now the Broncos are going to go for it on 4th and 1.
Now, you know, Corey Widmer in college was a defensive lineman, so playing middle linebacker, that's like nothing to, you know, what he's used to. That's one of the reasons why he's so big and able to stand in there and stop runners like that.
You see what the Broncos have done this season on 4th down conversion attempts. Davis, met at the line of scrimmage, falls forward, is going to be close to a first down. Widmer was there again.
Well, he was there, but Terrell Davis, you saw the strength and the power he has when he runs. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage, but went forward and turned and picked up enough for the first down. Watch Terrell Davis as he goes into the line, and the first initial contact, it's made by Corey Widmer. Here he comes, the big hit, and he goes forward for another 1.5 yards to just pick up the first down.
Look at the leg strength from Terrell Davis to push Widmer back.
Well, we heard it last week from the Chiefs. They say he weighs 210 pounds. He runs like he weighs 250.
On first down now, Elway to throw. Scrambles out of the pocket and runs to the sideline. Here's a penalty marker. Flies in the backfield. Michael Strahan chased him out of bounds. And the penalty is going to go against the Broncos. And Strahan still down on one knee on the side.
Well, they're going to call holding on the Denver Broncos. John Elway, when he spun around to run, Tony Jones, number 77, didn't know he's leaving the pocket.
Illegal block in the back on the offense, number 77. 10 yards, remains first down.
Robert Harris with a strained calf muscle is not in the game today. Christian Peter replacing him. The Giants could ill afford to lose Michael Strahan.
Tony Jones, number 77. He's the left tackle. Here he is up on top. Keep your eyes on him during the play. John Elway goes back. He gets his man, pushes him inside, misses him. Watch Chad Brasky coming. Tony Jones sees him, blocks him from behind. 10-yard penalty.
And then Strahan rolling out of bounds. Cedric Jones has replaced him in the lineup. Elway throws the quick slant complete. Willie Green, and Green down at about the 26-yard line. 9-yard pickup on the play.
One of the reasons why you got to be really careful when you blitz the Denver Broncos. Watch the blitz coming from up here. John Elway's going to see it in the shotgun formation, and look how quick he sees it, throws the ball to Willie Green, and if Willie Green catches that ball on his feet, it's probably going to be a touchdown. But he makes sure of the catch. That's what he should have done. Got up and tried to pick up some extra yards.
Another long drive by the Broncos. This is the 10th play. Elway, time again. Throws it outside, complete again to Green, who is out of bounds at the 20. And we have a Bronco down on the near side of the field, and that's Shannon Sharp. And Sharp is going to limp to the sidelines and be replaced by number 89, Dwayne Carswell. It's so unusual to see Shannon Sharp injured in any way, shape, or form. The guy is put together about as well as you can possibly imagine.
Well, he is. Watch number 84, and there he is, coming across the screen. He sees John Elway kind of scramble a little, and when he's making that little cut to come upfield, it looks like he got a little twinge in his leg, maybe his knee.
Time of possession greatly favoring the Broncos. 3rd and 6. Over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Carswell, the tight end. Sean Williams, the rookie out of UCLA, was there.
That's what it's going to come down to for the New York Giants today. What it's going to come down to is how do you play defense? The way you're playing, if you play conservatively, there's going to be 3rd down situations. You've got to win those. 2 times now they've stopped the Giants on 3rd down and short in passing situations.
Elam with a 24-yarder earlier in the game. This one from 38 yards out. And that one is good. So the second field goal of the day for Jason Elam and the Denver Broncos. They're up 6-3. The Giants bench.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to put a pad up there that'll go underneath the shoulder pad to protect the AC joint.
Elam's kick. David Patton slips and falls down. Doesn't get back to the 20-yard line. That stops the clock with 10:22 to play in the first half. We'll be right back. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan, and the rest of our top-notch CBS crew at the Meadowlands.
Top-notch. I like that.
Where the Broncos, well, it's
didn't include me. You going to say that?
It's
okay.
presumptuous on my part. Broncos leading the Giants 6-3, 10:22 to play in the first quarter, and the Giants and Kent Graham start deep in their own territory from their own 17. Graham with time down the field has his man. That's complete to number 80, Chris Callaway. 18 yards and a first down right off the bat.
Well, we saw what we expected to see today. The New York Giants, you watched the game last week. They did it. Kansas City against the Denver Broncos. First down play action destroyed this defense, and that's how the Giants think they're going to make their big plays today. First down play action, go deep down the field, especially to the outside like they did that time.
You saw Callaway now with a reception in 45 straight games. Gary Brown.
It's over, guys. It's over.
Tough couple of yards for Gary Brown.
And the biggest difference in the Broncos defense this year, compared to last year, you saw it right there, is stopping the run. Last year they gave up about 4.7 or 8 yards per rush, which is absolutely horrendous in the National Football League. This year, 1 yard better, about 3.7. They're stopping the runs on first down, getting their team and their defense in passing situations where they can rush the passer.
Pickup of a yard on the play. It's 2nd and 9. Quick drop and pass almost intercepted by number 91, Alfred Williams.
Well, this defensive front for the Broncos, not only are they good against the run, they can rush the passer. There's 8 of them, and they're smart. Alfred Williams, number 91. He sees the quick drop by Kent Graham. It's a blitz. He is a defensive lineman who got up, is going to play in the zone behind it. The ball thrown right to him, and really, you can't blame the quarterback. They can't see him getting up and going back there.
Tiki Barber in the backfield on 3rd down. Graham from the shotgun. And pulls it down. Penalty markers fly. And a big loss on the play. Trevor Price and Ma'atanavasa were in there.
Well, that's why they don't want to get in passive situations. Right there, you saw it. 2 of the best pass rushers, Trevor Price and Ma'atanavasa.
The holding call, the Giants.
Alfred Williams, number 91, has really been kind of quiet this year. He was hurt to start the year. Then Ma'atanavasa, number 98, came in and did such a good job.
Holding, offense, number 72. That penalty is declined.
That's
4th down.
Roman Oben, the left tackle.
Watch Alfred Williams, number 91. Oh, I'm going outside? No, I'm not. I'm coming inside. And Roman Oben loses his feet and just falls on top of him. That's pretty easy to spot. And then the 2 guys, you know, the no-names in the defensive line, Trevor Price and Ma'atanavasa, they're the ones that are always wrecking havoc on the quarterbacks.
Those are pretty good no-names, too.
Yeah, that's what everybody
Trevor
says.
Price, 7 sacks this year, 8 for Tanavasa. Maynard's kick bounces out of bounds close to the 40-yard line. And there's a penalty marker down on the near side of the field. Like if we have a man downfield.
There wasn't supposed to be.
No. You know, I see you keep glancing at those flags atop the field goal post.
You know,
Ineligible member of the kicking team, downfield, number 58. That penalty is declined. Receiver's ball, 1st and 10. Timeout.
So the short punt, the Broncos are going to take advantage of it. They'll have great field position.
I love Christmas. I love opening up presents. You can't get me enough of them. So how's that?
I just made a note of that. Thank you.
Okay.
Shannon Sharp back into the ball game for the Broncos. 1st down from their own 41. Elway to throw. Coming across the middle, complete to Rod Smith at the 45. Pick up a 4 on the play.
Well, the Broncos, they do so many things well on offense. The offensive line, it does a good job of protecting the quarterback. John Elway, thrown for over 50,000 yards. And look at this. Rod Smith, he's got excellent coverage on him. John Elway throws it the only spot where he can get to completion. Down and low, Rod Smith comes up with the catch.
Elway, 12 out of 15 for 86 yards so far today. Davis, midfield, across midfield and into Giants territory. A pickup of 8 yards and a 1st down. We mentioned time of possession has been heavily in favor of the Denver Broncos, but they've only gotten 2 field goals out of it.
Well, look at that. 26 plays, 14, 67 yards, 12 plays, 62 yards. I mean, this is the game plan the Giants wanted. They're getting it. The question is, can you stay with it? Do you have the patience to hang in there and keep watching this Bronco offense march down the field?
Michael Strahan back onto the field for the Giants. Here's Davis. Davis to about the 45. Give him 2 on the play. Both of those long drives by the Broncos ate up more than 7 minutes on the clock.
Well, here's their 3rd possession of the game. The Giants have only had it twice, and we're down to 7 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. And Terrell Davis, 12 rushes for 58 yards. Well, he might not be feeling like great, but he's playing pretty well. In the last 2 weeks, you know, San Diego and the Kansas City Chiefs, they've done a pretty good job of slowing down the Denver rushing game.
Clock moving, coming up on 6:45 to play in the first half. McCaffrey in motion to the near side of the field. Play action. Elway, far side, incomplete. Nice play by Conrad Hamilton, the cornerback, number 41.
Well, Conrad Hamilton coming in, taking the place of Jason Sehorn, who was probably one of the top 5 corners in the National Football League. And everybody always says, what's wrong with the Giants defense, this and that. And they kind of always bring up the name Jason Sehorn. But talking to the coaches and players, you watch film, Conrad Hamilton, number 41, has definitely held his own and done a good job at corner.
Hamilton, the third-year man out of eastern New Mexico. And a big play for the Giant defense. 3rd down and 8. Elway goes down at midfield. Conrad Hamilton came from his cornerback spot and helped out with the coverage in the backfield.
Well, the Giants, they played conservative the whole time, especially on 3rd down. They catch the Broncos off guard this time. What they do, they line up in a defense that looks like they're not going to come, but they bring Conrad Hamilton and Sean Williams from the other side. The Broncos don't block either one of them.
Amani Toomer is deep for the Giants at his own 10-yard line, awaiting the Tom Ruin punt. Nice kick by Ruin. Bounces at the 3 and goes into the end zone. 49-yard punt without a return. The clock stops as we approach 6 minutes to play. Never been on a pair of ice skates in my life, Phil. Coming up at halftime, we'll be sending you to our New York studio for the NASDAQ Amex halftime report. Jim Nantz, Marcus Allen, Brent Jones, Mike Lombardi getting you caught up on all the action, plus a preview of the President's Cup that's coming up on the NASDAQ Amex halftime report. What is it?
Yeah, and I know why, because that ice couldn't take it if you fell. That's why.
Something to do with center of gravity.
No, I don't need that.
First down for the Giants from their own 20. Gary Brown, nothing on the left side. May have lost a yard on the play.
You know, it's just hard to line up and look at this Denver Broncos defense and think you're just going to run it up in there and have great success. You got to catch them off guard. I mean, for a couple reasons. One, they have speed, they got size up front, and they have 8 defensive linemen. 8, and they play them all about equally. So they get in there, they're fresh, and they hold up very well against the offensive line of the opposing teams.
Quick pass out here to the near side. Tiki Barber crosses the 25 out to the 28-yard line. That's a 7-yard pickup, and the Giants will now be looking at 3rd and 2.
Now that was a good play by the New York Giants. They really want to do this. We said it earlier. Get some quick passes in. Why do you want to do that? Well, because they have trouble protecting the quarterback. So if you throw it quick, it makes it a little easier for the offensive lineman.
3rd and 2. Quick pass this side, complete and out of bounds to Joe Jurevicius, the rookie out of Penn State. That's enough for a Giants first down.
A couple things I've noticed so far in the game. We've talked about the Giant defense, but the offense moving fast, getting in the huddle, getting to the line of scrimmage, trying to keep the pace against this Broncos defense. First down, they get it past the 30. I know the Giants want to take some shots in the passing game. So you got to be alert for some of those plays that are different.
Interesting to see how much the Giants will open up as they've been able to hang with the Broncos here. Here's a flea flicker. Graham throws. Did it bounce? It's incomplete near midfield. Intended for Callaway.
It was just a guess, really, right there. They were going to do something different. But the one I didn't like about the play, I love the call, but Gary Brown, I mean Charles Way, watching number 30. Take your time. Oh, way too fast, but I'll recant what I just said. Why he was fast. He saw the blitzing linebacker coming. He had to make it happen quick. And Kent Graham wanted to go down the field, but because it happened so fast, he had to go outside. Doesn't quite get it to the receiver.
So 2nd and 10. Graham has his man. That's a first down. Chris Callaway. And Callaway out of bounds at the Giant 48. 13-yard gain on the play.
You know, Greg, just going back to I was going to talk about the flea flick. Watch Kent Graham here. Does a good job. Play action on first down. Look, he's got plenty of time to throw. Nobody around him. He lets Chris Callaway come all the way across the formation. and he's open right in front of him.
Jim Fossil, just to reiterate, said we're going to have to play a perfect football game to have a chance in this one. Giants are hanging in. They trail by 3. Graham to throw under the gun and throws it away out of bounds, sailing it over the head of his intended receiver.
Well, you can see why they're concerned with the Giants. I mean, the Giants were concerned about the pass rushing abilities of the Denver Broncos. Trevor Price, number 93, just comes free. But Kent Graham, even though he's 6'5", about 245 pounds, pretty mobile for a quarterback that size. And you got to hit him straight on to bring him down, because if he's moving, you grab him, you can't get him down.
2nd and 10. Charles Way going to get nowhere. They have lost about 3 on the play. And that'll put the Giants in the hole on 3rd down.
Well, you know what happens is, even when they catch the Denver defense off guard, which I think they did that right time, they thrown the ball quite a bit. Denver's thinking pass. The Giant linemen just cannot sustain blocks against the defensive linemen of the Denver Broncos. They get right off of them and make the tackle.
3rd and 13. The middle, got his man. That's complete to Callaway across the 40-yard line, and enough for a 1st down.
Well, I tell you, when the play was getting ready to start, I said this is going to be a blow-up shot, because the Giants can't block the blitz by the Broncos. Watch, 1 guy, 2 guys, they're not even blocked. But watch Kent Graham, the quarterback. He sees it coming, steps right up inside where he's got protection, and finds the wide receiver down the middle. Boy, excellent job by Kent Graham.
From the 39-yard line now. This is Brown on the right side, and nothing there. Harold Hasselback helping stuff the run on that side. The clock continues to move toward 2.5.
Well, you talked about the Giants. They got to play a perfect game, hit on all cylinders. They're doing it. I mean, 6-3, 2 minutes and 20-some seconds to go in the 1st half. This is exactly the way they wanted to see this game go about. Quite honestly, I didn't think it was possible that the Giants could play this game and have it come out this way. I thought they'd have to score in the 30s to have any chance to win.
Graham gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. Off the hands of Gary Brown coming out of the backfield. That stops the clock with 2:11 to play here in the 1st half. And the Giants will be looking at 3rd and long.
And can you notice the impatience now? The Denver Broncos kind of coming out. I mean, they're going to say, hey, what's going on? And the defense absolutely has turned up what they're doing. More blitzing, trying to get to the quarterback, trying to create the turnover.
Well, this is the 7th time that we have seen the Denver Broncos this year. Can't remember the last time they've gone this long without scoring a touchdown.
Big Graham under a lot of pressure so far.
Graham throws over the middle, has his man. That's Juravicius, and Juravicius was called down inside the 30-yard line, inside the 25. 14-yard pickup for Juravicius. It'll be a 1st down for the New York Giants.
Everybody's been wanting to see this guy in the game. You can see he's dynamic. He can make something happen once he catches the football.
1st down from the 23-yard line. Graham to throw. All kinds of time, throws it over the middle, and that's complete to Brown out of the backfield.
That's why you throw it on 1st down against this defense. That time, Kent Graham, nobody open down the field, but plenty of time to look around. Nobody's open, drops it off short to Tiki Barber.
This time the Giants coming back with a lengthy drive of their own. 13th play of the drive. Clock moving inside a minute and a half. Brown, 15, 10. Penalty marker is down at about the 10-yard line as Brown is brought down inside the 10. And now let's check the flag. Holding. Giants.
Well, I was going to say, what a well-designed running play by the New York Giants. A little misdirection. You make it look like it's going right. Gary Brown cuts it back to left, catches the defense over pursuing.
Holding. Offense number 88. 10 yards. It remains second down.
That's on Ike Hilliard, the wide receiver.
You know, that doesn't even seem fair when they call holding on a running play against the wide receiver, does it?
Rules is rules.
Well, I know, but I mean, they're just out there having those cat fights with defensive backs.
I was saying earlier that it really wrangles you that there's no wind here today, because there was wind about every time you played here.
You know, it just killed me coming in here this morning. The flag's just laying there.
Graham, quick drop, throws, has his man. 81 is Amani Toomer. Pickup of about 5 on the play. And the clock continues to move down towards a minute.
Now you look at the wind, Greg. It is really whipping around down there on the field today. And you know, there's 58 seconds, 57. The Giants, they're doing the right thing. Take your time. Let this clock run down. You still got 3 timeouts. Plenty of time to do what you want.
Now Jim Fossil is going to figure things out. Hey, he's got some yellow writing of his own on his sheet. We'll be back. For the Giants, at the Broncos 21-yard line, and Graham to work out of the shotgun. This side has a man. Tiki Barber, touchdown. Number 21 takes it for a 21-yard touchdown, and the Giants grab the lead.
Boy, Tiki Barber, number 21. This play is nothing but just about his speed. He came out of the backfield, full speed running, caught John Mobley, number 51, off guard. He couldn't react quick enough to Tiki Barber. That's what you need, just some players to make plays out of simple situations.
Daloiso's kick is good. Giants grab a 10-6 lead under a minute to play in the first quarter. Kent Graham is one happy quarterback. Caps an 80-yard drive by the Giants. Took a 5 minutes, 25 seconds off the clock. Only twice this season have the Denver Broncos failed to lead at halftime. They trailed 12-6 to the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were tied last week against the Kansas City Chiefs, as you see Mike Shanahan working on the officials.
He's arguing with the official, because I'll show you why here in a second. He thinks it was an illegal pick by the New York Giants on that last play that allowed Tiki Barber to score a touchdown. It was not.
Daloiso's kick. And Vaughn Hebron to the 25, to the 30, out to the 31, and here's a penalty marker. That's a penalty flag that traveled about 20 yards in the air.
Well, you know, there's a lot of things you got to do to be an official in this league. You got to look good in stripes, and you got to have a good arm.
Got to have the arm.
So he flung that thing about 30 yards.
Here's Mike Carey. It's against the Broncos. Let's go back to the touchdown play.
Let's watch. Amani Toomer down at the bottom of your screen. He's going to move this way. Here's John Mobley, who has Tiki Barber coming out of the backfield. Watch what happens. He's going to go inside. He's just trying to get in the way. He makes John Mobley go around him. That was just good enough to give that extra little second to Tiki Barber, and Ken Graham just threw a strike right into the chest of Tiki Barber for the touchdown.
Week 8 against Cincinnati, the only time the Broncos went the first half of a game without a touchdown. 38 seconds here in the first half. And Elway and the Broncos will start from their own 15.
You know, situations like this has not gone your way in the first half. You're losing 10-6, only 38 seconds. You're way back in your part of the field. Don't take a chance. Very conservative.
The foul occurred at the dead ball spot, 10 yards from there. First down.
So the line of scrimmage is now the 21-yard line.
You know, in these situations, Greg, really as an offense, maybe a draw, maybe a real safe pass, and you hope that somebody can just kind of make a play to get the ball up the field. Then you take your chance afterwards.
As these Broncos have searched for perfection this year, they've run into some pretty tough contests. Last week, they had to come from behind several times to beat Kansas City. The give is to Davis. Davis across the 25 to about the 26. And timeout Denver stops the clock with 32 seconds.
Well, they'll give themselves one more chance to take one more safe play and hope somebody cracks it out there. But that was good enough. It got them about 5 yards. Now maybe Mike Shanahan will say, well, let's throw it. See if we can pick up 10 to 15 yards. Maybe use your last timeout and then take a couple shots down the field.
Or get within that 60 to 65 yard range for Jason Elam.
Well, you know, you're right. No wind, usually going from left to right as we're watching it, you would have no chance of kicking a field goal over 40 yards at Giant Stadium. But today, no wind. Jason Elam, the way he can kick, 55 to 60 yards would definitely be in play. I'm not still complaining about the wind. I know you laughed when I said it, but I'm not. I'm over it. Got to move on in life.
Elway from the shotgun. Throws over the middle, has his man complete. Willie Green and a penalty marker down in the backfield. That'll stop the clock with 22 seconds to play.
I was just getting ready to say, what an error, I thought, by the New York Giants. Rushing 3 guys, giving Elway all that time, but they get the holding penalty.
And off of that, we may just see John Elway take a knee here for the rest of the first half.
But you know what happens when you rush 3 guys and a quarterback like John Elway?
Holding, offense, number 66. 10 yards, remains second down.
That's the center, Tom Nalen.
Look at the 3-man rush, the holding penalty on number 66. 1, 2, and 3. It puts the center one-on-one. That's the bad thing. And that's a debatable call right there. But it enables, when you rush 3, it creates too many lanes for the quarterback. Elway sees a little pressure, he steps up, then the receivers come wide open down the field.
Elway going to give the ball to Davis, dips outside, back inside, across the 20 to about the 22, and the clock continues to move. Giants have had the football only 11 minutes, 42 seconds of this first half, but are going to take the lead into the locker room at halftime. And when they do that, they are 5-0 this season. Jim Fossil's group leading the Denver Broncos by a score of 10-6 coming up. We'll be sending you to New York of the NASDAQ Amex halftime report. Jim Nance Company getting you caught up. Total yardage, but in the all-important category, they trail by 4.
Well, I think Mike Shanahan said it right. Both sides of the ball. The Broncos not converting third downs when they're all on offense. The Giants, they have been terrible all year long picking up third downs. I think it's like 25% today. They picked them up in a couple big situations.
And the Giants will get the football to get things started here in the second half. The difference in the game right now, Tiki Barber's 21-yard touchdown reception in the closing minutes of the first half to give the Giants the 10-6 lead. This is David Patton. Stows at the 20 and falls at the 23-yard line. Take a look at the first half statistics. And as we said, the Broncos lead in just about every category. Take a look at the third down conversion.
Well, yeah, it says it. 2 of 6 for the Broncos, but the Giants, 5 of 7. I mean, Jim Fossil's probably going over there. Now, look, if we can do it against the Broncos, they're 13-0. Why haven't we done better all year long? And, well, there's a lot of reasons, Coach, but today, the game plan, the situation, and your players are making it happen.
He has gotten outstanding play from Kent Graham so far this afternoon. Here's the pitch to Gary Brown, going to come around the left side, across the 25 and out of bounds at about the 28-yard line.
Good blocking by the Giants. You know, you talked about Kent Graham right there, Greg. We talked to him yesterday now. He wants to come out and play well, do all the things. Of course, what quarterback doesn't? But he wants to keep this starting job for this year, but then he wants to go into training camp next year as a starting quarterback too.
Here's a look at how Elway and Kent Graham have compared, and Kent Graham with more passing yardage so far today than John Elway. Looks to add to it here. Plenty of time. Throws it away. You know, talking about that quarterback situation with the New York Giants, if Kent Graham feels he's playing well, he should be able to get a shot at that starting job. Danny Cannell feels that he should come into camp next year, perhaps looking at the starter's position.
Well, I think a lot will depend on how the season plays out. We're seeing Kent Graham such a solid game today. how will he play if he continues to start the next two? I think it'll put the Giants and the organization in a tough bind during the offseason.
3rd and 5. Callaway in motion. Graham throws right side, complete. David Patton with a 5-yard pickup and appears to have enough for the first down. He does.
So that was a play right out of the Denver Broncos offense. The slot receiver, the guy that's on the inside, has more room to work with. Kent Graham, if you look to the right, there's a slot receiver, just moves to his right, throws it to David Patton. It's always just enough to pick up the first down. That's what it's designed to do.
Giants improved to 6 for 8 in 3rd down situations here today.
398, angle, 398.
And on first down from the 34, Brown's going to try the right side, can't turn the corner, and is run out of bounds with a loss of a yard. Bill Romanowski.
Boy, you could really see that time. You could see everything from the Broncos defense, but just watch the Giant offensive line trying to just line up and block the Denver defensive line. Watch the defensive line. Everybody up near the line of scrimmage, a couple people in the backfield, and then you have Bill Romanowski on the outside. Nobody blocks him. If you're going to run the ball against the Broncos, you need misdirection. You've got to catch them off guard.
Graham time again out of the backfield. Charles Way, 35, 37 or 38-yard line. Call it a 5-yard pickup. John Mobley, Darian Gordon on the stop for the Broncos.
You know, Jim Fossil, just like Mike Shanahan, you can see play sheets in front of them on the field. They make the calls themselves. They're the ones making the decision on what plays to run. And you know, I thought maybe the most interesting thing about him yesterday, talking to Coach Fossil, talking about his team. It's young. He says we gotta let this team age. In other words, you just can't keep bringing in young players every year. Let the guys that are playing gain the experience and try to get better.
Graham, Toomer, or make it Hilliard to midfield, and that's a Giant first down. 13-yard pickup on the play.
Well, what are you supposed to do on a football team and an offense? You want to get one of your best players in situations where he can make plays. The Giants do that. They get their wide receiver, Ike Hilliard. They get him against number 28, Tito Paul. That's a matchup they really think they can take advantage of. And that time they looked for it, they got it, and picked up another first down.
Hilliard, the Giants' #1 draft pick a year ago out of Florida. On first down at midfield, they're going to give it to Gary Brown. And Brown, a pickup of about 2 or 3 on the play.
You know, as I watched and studied, getting ready for the game, and, you know, watching practice and watching the previous games by the New York Giants, their 3rd down passing, their 3rd down offense, I guess you would say, you know, it looked bad, it was bad, it looked like it lacked imagination, all those things. And today, see a lot of new plays, a lot of different situations that I haven't seen before by the Giants.
Graham throws far side, has his man complete. 45 down to about the 43-yard line is Hilliard, who is having himself a pretty good afternoon so far.
But of course, a lot of times it comes down picking up those 3rd downs, talking about your offense. It comes down to your quarterback. And today, I think that's the biggest difference I see in this Giant offense. Kent Graham managing the game well, throwing the ball extremely well, and finding the open receivers.
Another 3rd down situation for the Giants. Quick snap, 3rd and 4, down the sideline and incomplete. And Graham is beside himself. Amani Toomer was the man down the sideline. Graham wants an interference call against Tito Paul, which isn't coming.
Well, that's the guy they wanted to throw it on. Tito Paul, number 28. Look to the outside. Here's the matchup. They've been throwing short. It's short. Another short pass. This time they try to go down the field, but good call by the officials. No contact, no penalty.
So Brad Maynard will get this punt away from about his own 45. Aiming for the and it appears he got it out inside the 10. Out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. The Broncos will start in the hole when we come back. Going to give it to Davis right up the middle, and he'll get a couple, but not many against a tough Giant front. Hamilton and Widmer there for the tackle.
Well, let's see what it looks like. You're back there behind the quarterback, Terrell Davis, going to take the handoff, and look what he's running up into now. That's not a great sight. You know, a lot of big men wanting to hit the guy with the football, and you got it. So, a lot of contact, Terrell Davis.
That's why you handed it away and threw it a lot.
I'd hand it off and then watch him and go, what a way to run.
2nd and 8. Elway's pass batted back, incomplete.
As I've watched this game today, and you hear the crowd finally kind of getting into the action, they realize, wow, this team, we got a chance to upset the Denver Broncos. But with this Giant defense, they started out conservatively. John Elway just hit the helmet of Keith Hamilton. Man, that must have hurt. But what has happened is the Giant defense is gaining confidence. The Giant coaches are gaining confidence. They're starting to change the defenses up. They're starting to pressure the Denver offense, and Denver's not reacting real well to it.
Over the middle, incomplete, intended for Willie Green. Conrad Hamilton was there, and the Broncos will now have to kick out of their own end zone.
You know, the crowd's starting to make a little noise, and, you know, this place would be going crazy, except the fact is, the Giants are 5-8. That kind of holds the fans back somewhat.
Amani Toomer is deep for the Giants. Wobbly kick, Toomer on his 38. Across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Stops the clock. 9:41 to play, 54-yard. Happy holidays to you.
Yeah, I was decorating my Christmas tree last night. You believe me?
No.
Well, I was.
Do a good job?
Yes, I did. The New York Giants, good field position, best of the day. I expect them to try to go down the field with a deep play action pass in this situation.
Straight ahead, Gary Brown, not much there at all. Trevor Price making the stop. By the way, you take a look at the CBS Sportsline question of the week. Who would you pick as the surprise quarterback of the season? Randall Cunningham, Doug Flutie, or Vinny Testaverde? Log on to vote at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online at keyword CBS Sportsline.
All good choices, but wasn't it a good prognostication by me? They're going to go down the field with a big name ran the ball.
There's still time. Graham throws, complete, incomplete. Appearing to have the ball at first was Callaway, and then came free.
You know, this is a good example as a quarterback why in this league you got to be so accurate. You've got to throw it. When you're throwing it inside to your receiver, you've got to get it down into his body, because if they have to reach up, that time Chris Callaway had to. Steve Atwater just drove through his back, made the ball incomplete.
Steve Atwater has done that a few times over his career.
Hey, are you on 21?
3rd and 12 for the Giants. Graham steps up, flips it, incomplete to Charles Way, who will have nightmares about that one.
Boy, that was really a good job by Kent Graham. What he did, he bought the time, he moved up. Watch Kent Graham, moved up in the pocket, gets away from the rush, and then puts the perfect touch on it for Charles Way, who knew he was wide open and dropped the pass.
Kent Graham has done a terrific job quarterbacking today.
Well, they missed a good opportunity there. Good field position. Charles Way was going to pick up the first down.
Maynard boots this one to the far side of the field and out of bounds. Darian Gordon with no chance of returning it. And this is going to go out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Broncos start deep in their own territory once again. Coming up Tuesday on an all-new Jag, Harm and Matt try to help a troubled girl suspected of being abused. But is there more to this than meets the eye? Don't miss an all-new Jag Tuesday on CBS. Last drive for the Broncos started at their 6. Now they start at the 11, and Terrell Davis pulls forward for a couple of yards before Jesse Armstead makes the tackle.
Jesse Armstead, number 98. Kind of the heart and soul of the Giant defense. Just has a personality that makes other players want to play hard, because this guy plays hard every single week, and from the University of Miami. And you know, I had a chance to be his teammate just for 1 year, but I think he's a special player. And I remember standing on the sideline his rookie year in Miami, last exhibition game, and I was speaking so highly of him. I'll finish it after this play.
The pitch to Davis. Davis, left side, yardage there, out of bounds. First down for the Broncos.
You know, Greg, and I'm standing on the sideline, I turned to one of our coaches at the time, and I said, boy, this Jesse Armstead, he's really impressed me as a rookie coming in here and playing. He goes, well, you better wish him well tonight, because he's going to get cut. And I went, you're kidding. He goes, well, yeah, it's a numbers game, and went through the whole thing. But as I sat back that last exhibition game, I didn't play much. He made about every tackle on defense, made all the special teams plays, and of course the rest is history. Became a Pro Bowl player for the New York Giants.
You see what he's done today, 6 tackles. First down from the 24-yard line now for the Broncos. Davis trying to cut back, gets back to the 25, maybe the 26.
Now Jesse Armstead, the one thing that's disappointing for him this year, you know, has a bad right ankle. I noticed today, though, he tapes it very heavily underneath. You can even see him limp when he runs, trying to protect that right ankle. But he didn't put a lot of tape on the outside of his shoe. I think it just makes him a little freer. Look at it, you can tell. It makes him a little freer, and he has a chance to run a little better.
On 2nd and 8, play action by Elway under the gun, escapes the tackle, comes this way, and throws incomplete. And the intended receiver, Howard Griffith.
Wow, what a job by John Elway. I mean, just escaping trouble and then being smart enough to know not to take a chance to go down the field. But this guy has been in the league 16 years, gets spun around this, then he's going to turn and reverse his field and come around, and hey, there would have been a day he'd outran Keith Hamilton like he wasn't there, but not anymore.
Nice job by Marcus Buckley at the other end to bat that ball down too. 3rd and 8, and the crowd comes back into it. Complete, and enough for a first down to Willie Green.
When the Giants scored their touchdown, I made the comment, you know, sometimes guys just got to take simple plays, and you just got to make something happen. The New York Giants have the perfect defense on. Everything looks good for him right there. But John Elway just uses one of the best arms ever in the National Football League and just smoked the ball in there to Willie Green for the first down.
Move the ball out down to their own 35. Gets the turf as his pass comes up short of Shannon Sharp.
Well, the New York Giants, they call this defense, they call it the Bear. It's the one that the Chicago Bears started years ago. 98, Jesse Armstead comes. There comes number 90, Corey Whitmer. And the Broncos, they must just not be ready for this defense. Watch Corey Whitmer. I mean, they know it's coming. And when the Giants line up in that defense, they are going to blitz every single time. Corey Whitmer makes John Elway throw the ball too quick. And you can see John Elway, the last couple games, I mean, he doesn't even hit the ground today. The Giants doing a good job of hitting him and getting him to the ground.
He's completed just one of his last 6 passes and calls timeout to stop the clock here with 6:14 to play. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan back at Giants Stadium. The Broncos looking at 2nd and 10 from their own 35-yard line. John Elway's numbers on the day. And the give is to Howard Griffith. And Griffith with a rare rushing opportunity out to midfield. 15 yards and a first down.
You know, well, Greg, we were talking about John Elway, how he moves around the pocket and the things he does, and it just brought back to him. He taught him a lot of valuable things, how to move in the pocket, how to take the hit, avoid the rush, and just get that extra second to throw the ball down the field.
Elway going to throw far side, incomplete. Intended for Rod Smith. You know, going back to that run by Howard Griffith, He had 2 carries for 2 yards for the season coming into this game, and he reeled off a 15-yarder.
Well, you know, sometimes you got to do something that catches the defense by surprise, and that's what they did with Howard Griffin. But you know, I was talking about John Elway moving around the pocket. You can see the things that he's been taught so well in his whole career. You've seen it from him today, but you've really seen it from Ken Graham. His movement in the pocket is one of the big reasons why he's having success.
On 2nd and 10, Elway going to float it to the near side. Throws, has his man Willie Green. Green inside the 35 to about the 32. 17 yards and another Broncos first down.
Well, even though he's been in the league 16 years, Elway, that play worked only for 2 reasons. Terrell Davis saw the blitz coming. He picks it up. Something that kind of goes unnoticed when you watch Terrell Davis. He's going to come across the formation and get Sean Williams, number 36, on the blitz. Good recognition. And then Sean Williams lets John Elway get outside. Defensive backs had him covered, but when he moved, it allows him to come open.
Now Davis tripped up by number 77, Chad Bratsky, and that'll be a loss of a yard on the play.
Well, the Giants, the one thing they don't have to worry about, defensive end. Michael Strahan on one side, and then number 77, Chad Bratsky, on the other. He has been a valuable player this year, and before he got hurt last year too. You know, a hard worker, Chad Bratsky, and you know, we heard a lot about him the last couple of days hanging around the Giants.
I thought it was fun when he said, well, you know, at one point I switched from Taekwondo to Kung Fu, and we kind of went, what's the difference?
Yeah.
On 2nd down, Davis breaking tackles across the 30 to about the 27-28 yard line. And a penalty marker is down. And a face mask is the early indication against the Giants. I believe the man saying what is Tito Wooten.
Well, I couldn't see from up here.
Face mask. Defense number 29. 5 yards only. Remains 2nd down.
Well, first off, what a run by Terrell Davis. He broke quite a few tackles just to pick up a couple yards. And watch Terrell Davis as he's going down. Tito Wooten's hand does go to the face mask of Terrell Davis. And I tell you, anytime the officials, and rightly so, throw the flag in those situations, when you put that hand on the face mask, it's potentially a dangerous situation, so you've got to throw the flag.
Another long drive by the Broncos. The fake to Davis. Elway throws it away. The Giants want a flag. There is no flag forthcoming.
No, Mike Shanahan searching for something that's going to work against the Giants. They've had a couple good long drives. 2 to start the game with. This is another long drive, but they ended up with field goals. You've got to find something that works to pick up those first downs and get you down to score. And everybody was yelling for the flag, Greg. John Elway threw it away. He was outside the box, outside the tight end. No penalty when you do that.
1 for 3 on short yardage third down situations, and Elway keeps it. And I'm not convinced that he got there.
I'm sure John Elway got that play from the sideline and went, oh no. I mean, there comes a time in your life when that quarterback sneak is just, I know it sounds funny, but you can really take some big hits on the quarterback sneak.
Well, we're going to get a measurement, stopping the clock with 3:16 to play here in the third quarter.
I'll never forget last year we were talking about Steve Young, one of the best running quarterbacks in the history of the National Football League. He was telling us before a game, he says, I take by far 2 of the biggest hits I took all year were on quarterback sneaks because, hey, the defense, they're looking for it. And those linebackers just come flying in to make that hit on the quarterback in those situations.
Elway short of the first down.
Well, the Broncos have the right to see a measurement, to see how much they need in this type of situation. So they want to see. It looks like they're a good yard short.
There's a little conversation going on down there between the Giants and the Broncos. Well, it's taking forever and a day to get the chains about 15 yards across the field.
Greg, there are some absolutely all-pro talkers on this field today. I mean, big time. And then I think everybody knows that Shannon Sharpe, number 84 in offense, is one of them. But Jesse Armstead for the Giants, he's every bit the match for Shannon Sharpe. Not quite a yard.
And Mike Carey is not signaling touchdown. He says that's how far they have to go. They've already converted one 4th down attempt for a 1st down today. And the Giant defense exhorting the crowd to come to their feet, which they do. For the season, the Broncos are 2 for 6 on 4th down.
John, wait for the whistle. Wait for the whistle. Wait for the whistle. Wait for the whistle. I'm going to get there. Wait for the whistle.
Fourth and 1. Elway into the flat, has Griffith out of bounds, 1st down at the 15-yard line. An 8-yard pickup and a 1st down for the Broncos.
Not a surprising call when you watch this. The Broncos, the Giants doing such a good job on the inside, the interior defense by the linemen. They come with the play action. Marcus Buckley, he does a good job. He had to honor the run fake just for a second. That allowed Howard Griffith to get behind him, pick up the yards for the 1st down.
15th play of this drive. Davis. To the 13, maybe to the 12.
I mean, this Giant defense is really picking it up. I mean, they're flying around now. There's no more reservations anymore. Yeah, you know, you come out there and you're playing a team that's 13-0, scored so many points, on pace to break records and scoring, just everything. Terrell Davis going for 2,000. You got to be a little hesitant, but they've gotten over that, and they are absolutely getting in there, doing some good hitting, and feeling confident against the Denver Broncos offense.
Coming up on 2 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, the Broncos looking for their 1st touchdown of the day. Elway throws it away. Both Rod Smith and Willie Green were in the back part of the end zone. Elway just overthrew everybody.
And Greg, we've seen as many Bronco games as anybody, you know, except for maybe some of the fans out in Denver. But I have never seen their offense not able to create plays down the field, either with Terrell Davis running or the passing game. And they really haven't even gotten close to anything like that so far today.
On 8 yards or more on 3rd down, the Broncos 2 out of 3 today. Forced out of the pocket, throws out of bounds. Terrell Davis was the man down in the end zone. '92, Michael Strahan was again helping apply pressure on John Elway.
Well, carbon copy. First 2 drives of the game and this drive, all the same. The Broncos making a lot of plays, going down the field, but not able to make the one that really counts to get them in the scoring opportunity.
Tom Ruin will hold for Elam from 30 yards out. And the Broncos pulled to within 1. Another defensive stand by the Giants results in another Denver field goal.
Drives 14, 12, and 18. But the biggest thing, field goals. That's all they let up. And that's what it comes down to, you know, making them drive. They get close, and then you got to come up with really good defense on 3rd downs. And this is the game plan the Giants wanted. They drew up, and they've worked to perfection.
This is the longest the Broncos have gone without a touchdown in a game this season. At Cincinnati, they went to 11:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. This is David Patton. Comes to a full stop, tries to restart, and falls across the 25-yard line. We'll take this opportunity to remind you, coming up tomorrow, Monday on CBS, Ted Danson stars as a doctor who's not afraid to tell it like it is. Critics are calling it the best new comedy of the year. It's an all-new Becker, Monday on CBS.
Well, you know, there was a chance that maybe we would see Danny Cannell at quarterback today, but Kent Graham, 15 of 23, 149 yards, 1 touchdown. He has really played exceptionally well. When the play has been there to make it for the quarterback, he has done it, and he's created a few on his own, too.
Giants now from their own 26. Gary Brown turns the corner, 30, out of bounds, close to the 35-yard line. That's a pickup of about 8 on the play.
You know, when we were talking to Kent Graham, you know, yesterday, Greg, and, you know, he read the papers, and he's, wow, you pick it up first thing Tuesday morning, and, well, I'm going to play Danny Cannell if the opportunity arises. That's what Jim Fossa was saying. But, you know, he took it the right way. He says, I just can't worry about it. I'm going to come out and practice. I got an opportunity, and I'm going to take advantage of this situation. And, you know, that's easy to say, hard to do, but he had a good week of practice, and he's put it to use in this game today.
On second and short, Charles Way pushing for a first down. Well, here's the decision that Jim Fossel and the Giants Brain Trust has to wrestle with between now and the end of the season. Do you look for Kent Graham next year? Do you look for Danny Cannell? Or do you dip into the draft for a quarterback?
Well, I think all those could be, you know, the answer. I think the Giants with Kent Graham, in my opinion, Kent Graham, Danny Cannell, Cannell struggle, Graham coming in, playing well today, all the things. I think, though, they will change the quarterback situation. There could be a high draft pick next year. I think there are a lot of quality quarterbacks in the draft that have a chance to come in the league and have success.
Tiki Barber in as a wide receiver, and now timeout is called by Kent Graham.
Wow.
So Graham saw something he didn't like, called
well,
the timeout.
He saw that the play clock going down to 0.
Well, you don't like that.
Well,
quarterbacks don't like it.
But
I want to remind you tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes looks at Bill Clinton's game plan. Who tells him which plays to work and which ones don't? They'll explain it tonight on 60 Minutes. Then, don't miss a very special holiday episode of Touched by an Angel, followed by Grace and Glory, a Hallmark Hall of Fame presentation starring Jenna Rollins and Diane Lane. A great night of entertainment tonight on CBS.
You know what's good? I'll be home sitting on my couch watching it tonight too, Greg. Where will you be? Oh, you'll be on a plane. That's right.
David Patton, sprained knee. He's being looked over on the sideline. Patton is their kickoff return man. Meanwhile, take a look at the scores. Buffalo running roughshod over the Oakland Raiders. And the Jacksonville Jaguars struggling without Mark Brunell. Graham throws far side, falls incomplete, and the penalty marker on the play over there intended for Tiki Barber. That was close to being a lateral.
You know, that takes a lot of execution. Kent Graham to grab the ball, throw it out there as fast as he can. Tiki Barber, all that to catch it on the line of scrimmage. That's a lot of work.
Mike Carey.
Illegal motion, offense. Number 21 did not get set before the snap. That penalty is declined. Second down.
So Barber, the offender on the play.
You know, I keep looking for the Giants. 10-9. Things have really gone their way, even in the second half. They had a good first drive. They didn't make it happen. They got great field position on the second one. You know, they had the opportunity to make the play. They didn't. I keep looking for them to have a play-action pass. Get the ball down the field. You need to find a way to score some points.
Graham over the middle. Charles Way across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That's a pickup of 5 on the play. And time will run down on us here in the third quarter before we can get to 3rd and 5. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Giants 10 and the Broncos 9. We'll come back, Coes. Fan of 33 games have not gone 3 quarters without scoring a touchdown. The pass complete to a wide open receiver. Dropped it. That is a fumble and recovered by the Broncos. Ike Zeke Hilliard had it and then left it behind.
Wow, the New York Giants, and you talking about getting opportunities to make something happen. Watch the blitz pick up by the Giants. The Broncos come. They blitz everybody. They pick it up. Kent Graham, good job. Waits, finds Ike here down the field. Nobody's covering him because it's what you've heard. A blitz zone. They were blitzing. Everybody just dropping back watching the quarterback. And that was a big play the Giants let slip through their hands.
John Mobley with the recovery. First turnover of the day by either team. And now the Broncos with the ball. First down at their own 47. Tripped up himself and got back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a good old, they call that the turf monster. When the players do that a lot. Now the Broncos, you're looking at me, the turf monster.
I'm just waiting to hear the explanation.
Well, they don't play on AstroTurf, the Denver Broncos. You never get a chance to practice on it. And you can see Terrell Davis's left foot kind of like hit the ground twice. It made him go down. And, this stuff does take some use to get running on.
Scrimmage stays the same on 2nd and 10. Out to the far side, and that's incomplete, intended for McCaffrey. And John Elway a little disappointed with himself on that throw.
Well, he is. I mean, that's a play the Denver Broncos, they just never miss it. And you can see the frustration with Mike Shanahan. I mean, he's going, man, a quick out to Ed McCaffrey. We've done that 25 times this year and never missed it. But today, they're out of rhythm. The Giant defense is the cause of that. So it becomes much harder to execute plays on offense when the defense is outguessing you.
2 of 4 in 8 or more yards on 3rd down for the Broncos. Elway eludes the rush, takes off midfield, 45, diving for first down yardage, and it looks like he got it. Years, huh?
Boy, I tell you, John Elway, now he doesn't like to run a lot anymore. We saw him in the Super Bowl last year do it when it was a big situation. Look at him this time. He sees the hole, he knows the situation, and I can't tell if that's excitement or fear on his eyes, but he looked over. Did you see him look to the right? He saw the first down marker. He knew if he dove, he'd pick up the first down.
Denver first down from the Giants 42. Elway brought down at midfield. 92, Michael Strahan. His 13th sack of the season.
Michael Strahan, it was a check by John Elway. Changed the play. He saw the defense. But what makes it happen? Good coverage. And Michael Strahan is a high-effort, talented defensive lineman. And you always see this, right? Well, does a little dance afterwards. That's okay. For a big guy, I guess it's pretty good.
I'm going to tell him you don't like his dance.
Yeah. Well, tell him when I'm home. But he does. Michael Strahan, if you watch him play, he gets a lot of his big plays just from having that extra effort.
2nd and 17. Elway throws, intercepted. UCLA picks it off and wants the football.
The New York Giants learned that you can match up with Shannon Sharp. They did it with Sean Williams, and he did an excellent job of staying with Shannon Sharp and picking off the pass. Number 36 just out running the football.
First down, Giants from their own 37. Brown, running room, midfield, 40, 30. Still on his feet inside the 20-yard line. Yards.
This is a Giant offense, an offensive line, a fullback and a running back just taking the emotions because of the turnover their defense gave them, and they just make it happen. Gary Brown breaking one tackle, getting in the open field, gets by the second tackle, the third. They hit him, and he still doesn't go out of bounds. And
the longest run of the year by a New York Giant. First down from the 18. Brown to the left side. Ducks looks inside at the 15 and falls forward to the 12.
You know, I think of it, Greg, it's the emotion. Now they're really using it. Their emotions turn it over into power, but it goes back to the interception, getting your players in the right position. The Giants, they're going to have Sean Williams, a safety, cover Shannon Sharp. They like that matchup. It comes true for them. They get the interception, and then the offense comes out, and they take advantage of it.
You look at the schedule and the obstacles in the way of a perfect Denver Broncos season. Who would have thought the toughest one might have been to stop here at the Meadowlands? Brown, right side to the 10. Glenn Cadrez, John Mobley with the stop. And it'll be 3rd and about 2.
Well, if I'm the coach right now, what am I going to do? Are we going to try to score a touchdown? I guess what I'm trying to say is there's 2 ways to look at it. 3rd down and 2. If you want to go for it on 4th down, I would be thinking that run it right here. If you gain a yard or a little over it, go for it on 4th down. Try to win the game right here.
Graham rolling right, pulls it down to the 10, falling forward. That's a first down.
It's close. It's a pretty good spot, or where they're marked. It looks like he's going to have it.
It's a first down.
Well, Kent Graham, again, it's all about making good decisions. There is nobody open. Good play fake with the ball. And then watch this, just stumbling and going, and kept his balance and gets that extra half yard for the first down.
2 tight ends for the New York Giants on 1st and goal from the 8. Barber, or rather make it Brown. Gary Brown, left side to the 5. In their last 4 goal-to-go situations, the Giants have only come away with 1 touchdown.
Now, I got a chance to visit with both teams. I watched the Giants practice on Friday. We were here all day yesterday. We talked to the Broncos, and I came away with a distinct impression. The Giants really were very worried that they didn't have a chance to win the game. The players and the coaches and the Broncos were extremely confident.
2nd and goal. Brown changes direction, gets to about the 2. There's a marker down on the near side of the field.
And a fumble.
And a fumble into the end zone. And a touchback. And let's check the penalty marker.
Could be against the Broncos, just the way they're... I mean, I don't know what the penalty is. I'm going to say they lined up offsides.
Offsides, Denver.
Offside. And the defense, number 39, lined up in the neutral zone.
That's Ray Crockett, a cornerback.
2nd down.
Ray Crockett, number 39. Look at him right there. The line of scrimmage is on this side of the 5-yard line, and his head and body, without a doubt, was over the line of scrimmage.
That is a huge penalty against the Broncos.
Now, see, they haven't been making those mistakes, and that's why you're 13-0. You don't put yourself in bad situations, and the Giants are 5-8 because they've been making them. Today, we've seen the difference.
Defensive coordinator Greg Robinson looking for an answer here with the ball at the 2-yard line. And now the Giants call a timeout. Their 2nd of the half. 9:05 to play. 4th quarter. Well, the New York Giants are trying to ruin Christmas for the Denver Broncos. 2nd and goal from the 2. And Ray Crockett, the man called for the offside that negated a Giant turnover.
Now, you know, Greg, a lot of times defensive players outside will line up all sides. They let it go, but he definitely did line up all sides.
Wayne. Nothing there. Let's go back to that offside call.
Well, this offside penalty, it kept the Denver Broncos from getting the fumble in the end zone. Look, the ball is past the 5-yard line. Now look where Ray Crockett is. He lines up. His feet are on the 5-yard line, and then his body is leaning over. So Bill Romanowski's fumble recovery in the end zone.
69 eligible.
Didn't count.
Derek Engler in the game for the Giants. You heard the official say 69 eligible. And we have number 91, Alfred Williams, darting into the backfield.
Well, that's going to be against Alfred. That was a shift by the New York Giants. He thought they had two-player movement.
And so from the 1, it'll be half the distance to the goal line.
Offside. Defense, number 91. Unabated to the quarterback. Half the distance to the goal. Third down.
Watch
It'll be 3.5 yards.
Yeah, watch the shift by the Giants. They're going to have the guys in the backfield. They're going to split out. Here goes Andy Hasse in motion. What they're going to do, and Alfred Williams sees everybody moving, says that's got to be the play. The Giants were going to try to put the running back all the way out to the right like a wide receiver and work against the linebacker that time, and they were going to throw the ball to him.
Third and goal. Brown. Not this time.
Now, and what they were going to do, the play before, Greg, was throw. They'd worked on the play yesterday. It was probably going to work, but this time, since you're so close to the goal line, you say, let's go for the running play. We're a half yard away. And the Denver Broncos defensive line is in the backfield.
And the crowd boos because Jim Fossil has elected to go with Brad DeLuiso in the field goal attempt.
Because they lost yardage. It's over a yard now. You've seen when they line up in really big-time running situations against this Bronco defense today, the Giants haven't got it done. So to think you're going to gain over a yard in this situation now, Jim Fossil's probably making the right move.
He was good from 36. He is good from 19. And so the Giants survive the onslaught for 3 points. They lead at 13-9. John Elway for the touchdown.
Well, I'll tell you why. The ball was outside the 1 yard line. I don't think they could have run it in. So it comes this to the coach. Okay, he's on the sideline. Do we throw it in or we kick the field goal? He goes, I'm going to kick the field goal. Our defense has been great. Make the Broncos score a touchdown to beat you.
From the 2. 20. Out across the 20 to the 23-yard line. Broncos trailing 13-9. That man with 47 game-winning drives to his credit. He'll look for number 48 right after this. Excitable crowd here at Giant Stadium, you bet. 7:26 to play, fourth quarter. Giants leading the undefeated Broncos 13-9. Look at the difference in halves for John Elway.
First half, bend but don't break defense. The second half, the Giants came out and played in your face. The guys weren't as open.
Davis, left side, yardage, out of bounds across the 40. And for Terrell Davis, a new team rushing record, eclipsing the one that he set a year ago. 1,762 yards. Well, he's my MVP for this year.
Well, I tell you, every time this Denver Bronco team, when they get in a little trouble and they smell adversity and they get in these type of situations, like any good team, you go to your strength. And their strength is running the football. Terrell Davis, give the ball to him.
First down at the 42. Give it to Davis again. Davis. Flip forward across the 45 by Conrad Hamilton. You know, we've talked about John Elway in these situations and the kind of, as you look at 114 yards for Terrell Davis today, just the kind of demeanor he brings to the huddle and to the field for the Broncos.
Well, I'll tell you what he really brings in that huddle that's special is that talent. You know, that's what really separates John Elway from the rest of the quarterbacks. And, hey, that's the reason why he is one of the best ever coming from behind, his talent. And I think Jim Fossil said something yesterday, too. His vision. He sees everything on the football field.
To put some of that vision to work over the middle, has his man, Rod Smith, across the 40 to about the 39-yard line. Well, Sam Garnes with the stop.
Well, Greg, you know, Jim Fossil said it. What separates this guy, his vision, he can just see things happening down the field. And look at his eyes. He looked right, taking his time, relaxed. Now, you got the vision, but what really caps it off, he has the ability to take advantage of that vision. You know, a lot of quarterbacks can see it, but they don't have the arm to get it down there.
And just like that, the Broncos are at the Giants' 39. Back to the ground game. Davis.
Well, that's good first down running by the Broncos. The Giants now crowd the line of scrimmage, being more aggressive, getting up there. But the Broncos running it up in there, getting 4 yards, and keeping the situations in their favor. Now, if you're the defense, you've got to guess it could be run or pass.
Clock continues to move as we come up on 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Elway going to keep it and is knocked out of bounds at the 35. Marcus Buckley, number 55, the linebacker.
I think the biggest thing, I mean, there's so many things about this game today, so many things unexpected. I mean, the Giants leading with 4:55 to go in the fourth quarter. But the one thing, another thing I didn't expect that's really been important, John Elway moving, buying time, but the receivers not open down the field.
As you look at the Broncos and how they've done on third down, and a timeout is called, the Broncos use their second timeout.
Well, let's take a look at the last play. Watch Eddie McCaffrey, number 87. John Elway going down the field. Oh, man, and it is, well, we talked about his vision. He missed that one that time, but Elway did have to get out of the pocket, and I do not believe, as he dropped back, that Ed McCaffrey was one of his primary receivers. He was looking right, and then when he moved left, not able to throw it down the field.
1 week ago, the Kansas City Chiefs mounted a stellar football game against the Denver Broncos, and Elway brought the Broncos back with his 47th game-winning drive. Shannon Sharp, his first and only catch of the day as the Broncos beat the Chiefs 35-31. You know, you were talking about this Giant team and the unusual situation. The Giants won the NFC East last year with a 10-5-1 record. This is the kind of game and the kind of performance that everyone expected of the Giants this season.
This game was a carbon copy of last year's team. They kept the situations in their favor and their control, and every time they got the other team's offense like this right now, trying to come from behind, they created the turnover.
35, Sharp, first down, Denver.
And they're trying to do it today. That time they came with the blitz, but Shannon Sharp going down the field. Look at Sean Williams, 36 on the blitz, but he's against the safety, Percy Ellsworth, who is off of him, and that is really an easy completion for John Elway.
Sharp comes to the sideline after making his fourth catch of the day. Dwayne Carswell replaces him. First down from the 27. Davis, this side, 25, 20, 15, touchdown!
Well, I tell you, Terrell Davis did a couple things on that play. One, you can see that he has what all great running backs have, and that is another gear. When he sees an open hole and there's a big play, a chance to make one, he can make it. And also, he breaks that one tackle that takes an average play and makes it into a scoring play.
Elam for the extra point. And the Broncos with a 16-13 lead, 4:08 to play in regulation.
Well, when the Giants want to play pressure defense, the Broncos have gone to this sweep. Tony Jones, terrific job. Howard Griffith blocks it out, and there you can see Terrell Davis breaking that one tackle that took a 5-yard gain or a 6-yard gain and makes it a touchdown.
We've been talking about Terrell Davis, his pursuit of the 2,000-yard club for the season. He needs to average 115 a game over his last 3 games to reach it. He has 145 today.
And you know what? Look at this play. This is like a play out of, well, out of years ago, Green Bay. It's almost a Green Bay sweep. Everybody going to the left, and so few teams, well, really, I can't think of any right now, they can run the ball on sweep plays to the outside like Denver can.
22 touchdowns, and this perhaps his toughest day. We told you at the very top he was up last night with a case of the stomach flu. He told Armin Katayan he wasn't very comfortable in his first 4 seasons, most rushing touchdowns ever.
Well, you know, like we said last night, every week he's breaking a new record that somebody set in this league. He just keeps doing things that have never been done before, and I think you can see why today watching him. He's a special back.
With David Patton sidelined with a sprained knee. This is Tiki Barber. 25 to about the 26-yard line. Let's check in with Armin Katayan downstairs. Armin.
You know, Greg, you talk about Terrell. We asked him about all these records. What does he want to be remembered for? It was an interesting answer. He said, I want no one to wear my number again in Denver. I want to be synonymous with Denver like John Elway is, and it's these kind of performances. And he said, you know what? It's not one year that you do it. It's year after year. He's putting those years together, these first 4. Back to you.
Right you are, Armin. 3:58 to play here in the 4th quarter. And Kent Graham and the Giant offense starts at its own 26-yard line. Graham throws incomplete. Chris Callaway had it bounce off his hand.
Well, the Broncos have waited all day, and they finally got it, their defense. You got the Giants in a situation where they got to play. Look at the blitz from the top. John Mobley, Steve Atwater. And anytime the Broncos get in this situation where they've got to make the plays to win or end the game, they're going to do what they do, and that is get after the quarterback and blitz him.
Players jump on the line. Graham going to throw it down the sideline. And caught by Callaway. Callaway to the 40 to the 38-yard line of the Broncos.
Well, there's so many good things that Kent Graham did on that play. Drew him off sides with the snap count. And then he took advantage of the play. He didn't stop. The Broncos actually, some of their defensive backs stopped on the play.
Offside on the defense, decline, play results in a first down.
Watching Kent Graham, smart, uses his snap count in this situation. He knows they're going to be aggressive. Now watch Chris Callaway. He's not open, but he sees the play, keeps going. Look at Steve Atwater. He's just trying to get out of the way. Look at Chris Callaway. He stumbles a bit, but really concentrates on the ball. Makes a nice catch down the field.
36-yard pass play, first down at the 38 for the Giants. Brown loses the football. Pile up at the 29, and the Broncos have it. Bill Romanowski forced the fumble. Correction, Bill Romanowski on the football.
Well, I tell you, the emotions, everything again, and this is really good running by Gary Brown. Greg Bishop on the block, just overpowering the Broncos defense, and then Tyrone Braxton. I mean, this guy backing up. Steve Atwater coming in, but Tyrone Braxton just ripping the ball out from Gary Brown. I think Bill Romanowski, well, you know, he wants to rub it in your face a little.
Denver Broncos have outscored their opponents 50-6 in the 4th quarter over the last 4 games, and they've turned up the defense here.
Now, if you're the Giant defense, you really have to pay extra attention. You've got to be more aggressive in all situations by trying to stop the run. If you're going to lose this game now in this situation, make the Broncos do it with the passing game. And we saw when the Broncos, when it comes down to it, they show you what they are. They're a running football team. The last drive, it was all about Terrell Davis. Now they're trying to get a drive just to run the clock out and win the game.
Penalty markers fly as Elway goes down, and the Giants.
Yeah, I can read lips. Stupid. But we said earlier, it's going to happen twice a game.
Offside. Defense, number 98. 5 yards, second down.
That's Jesse Armstead. This is amazing, Phil. We saw Terrell Davis lose a fumble last week for the first time in 836 touches.
Right.
Gary Brown loses a fumble for the first time since October of 1993. That's 807 touches of the football.
Greg, you're just bad luck. It's you. But, you know, Gary Brown did lose one down the end zone, but there was a penalty, so it didn't count.
Second and 1. Davis pulled down in the backfield. Jesse Armstead comes back to help make amends along with Sam Garnes.
Boy, when you get in these situations, it really comes down to a lot of times, how are your stars going to do? And Jesse Armstead, he's one of the stars on defense and avoids the block, reads the play, and then, of course, the biggest thing, has the ability, the physical ability, to react to it and make the play.
Giants have used their last timeout with 2:43 to play.
You know, one other thing that came up when John Elway drew the Giants offside, probably got in his head again when he saw Kent Graham do it to his defense. But, you know, that's part of a quarterback managing a football game. Little things that we stand up here and you just don't notice. But look, 2nd and 8 they had. They won a first down really bad. He got a free 5 yards because he waits to the proper time to use a snap count to take advantage of the defense.
Things have gotten a little tighter for the Broncos as they have come down the stretch in pursuit of this perfect season. Their average margin of victory over their first 11 games, 16.5 points a game. They won by 4 last week. They lead by 3 with less than 3 minutes to play here today.
1-3 today. They're 1 for 5. Overall today, 5 for 13. Not a good day. 3rd down for the Broncos.
Griffith back at about the 30-yard line. Marcus Buckley helping to force the 5-yard loss. And the Giants will get the ball back.
Probably going to go to the 2-minute warning.
Mike Shanahan says, what happened?
Well, I don't know if the play was on the strong side. To me, it looked like the Giants just overwhelmed the Broncos physically, and there was nowhere to go.
Well, the Broncos are going to allow it to run down to the 2-minute warning, and over on the far side of the field, the Giants offense huddling up and getting ready to come onto the field where they will go to work without timeouts. 2 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. You know, John Elway and Mike Shanahan and the rest of the Broncos will say never underestimate a team, especially if you're playing in their ballpark.
Yeah, well,
teaches you another lesson, doesn't it?
Teaches me again. That's right. And, you know, usually I always see the bright side of these games, and you've been around me enough to know that. But today, I couldn't find the bright side. I kept going, how are the Giants going to match up? I thought there was too many situations where they didn't match up well. The Giants haven't been playing well, but today they've done just about everything the way they wanted to give themselves a chance to win.
Gary Brown, the man who fumbled. Tom Ruin. It's a kick for Denver. Low line drive kick, bounces past Amani Toomer. Scoops it up, back inside his 15. What a great job by special teams of the Denver Broncos. Tito Paul back there to help with the tackle. We welcome those of you who have watched the Tampa Bay Bucks defeat Pittsburgh 16-3. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan at Giants Stadium. 1:49 to play here in the 4th quarter. The Giants trail Denver 16-13. They are out of timeouts, and they start from their own 14-yard line. Quarterback Kent Graham with time over the middle, complete to number 80, Chris Callaway. And now the Giants in a hurry-up mode.
Don't rush it too much. Just make sure you communicate with your players. Take your time. You're looking just for a field goal attempt.
Graham gonna run it up the middle. 40, 45, midfield, and into Clock continues to move.
Don't spike the ball. He's talking about spike. Just take your time.
And now number 65, Ron Stone, limping off the field on the far side, and Graham spikes the football.
And I'll take that back since I saw Ron Stone run to the sideline. But let me just say, it's no timeouts. Ron Stone cannot lay on the field. That would take deduction or time off the clock against the New York Giants. So he really showed some courage and hopped off.
This has been a different day for the Denver Broncos, who are used to having their way with the opponent. The Giants were in control much of this day. The Broncos able to move the football, but went 3 quarters without scoring a touchdown.
And the Giants only have 10 seconds to go. Kent Graham went to the sideline to get to the play.
Out of the shotgun, Graham eludes the rush, lofts one, and it's incomplete. Joe Juravicius almost pulled in the wobbling duck.
Wow, Kent Graham, the first 2 plays, he bought time to make the completion. Good job. Another good job of running for another first down. And that time he broke the sack, and almost, because of his strength, he breaks the sack, and then now he sees somebody open down the field. Very fortunate that the ball was not intercepted.
Ma'atanuvasa in on Graham. 3rd and 10. Graham, far side, has his man first down. Juravicius out of bounds. That's a 10-yard pickup and a first down for the Giants. Remember, they are out of timeouts. We're under a minute to play.
Now, Kent Graham and the Giants know they're right now, they got about a 54-yard field goal attempt.
That is Daloiso's career long, 54 yards. Graham going to go for it all. One's official ruled touchdown, the other ruled out of bounds. And it is ruled a touchdown. Amani Toomer.
What a day for Kent Graham. That time, Amani Toomer is covered. He just gives him a chance. He throws it up, and he makes the catch.
The extra point is good. The Giants lead it 20-16, 48 seconds on the clock.
Amani Toomer, number 81, is covered on the outside by Tito Paul. And watch, Kent Graham, Tito Paul, number 28, in great position. He's playing the ball, but Amani Toomer, at the last second, sticks his hands on top of Tito Paul's and makes the catch.
And there is no question Amani Toomer
controls the ball in the end zone. It is a touchdown. And I tell you what, a lot of stuff has been said about the officials over the last couple of weeks, but they work together that time well, and they make the proper call. And Kent Graham, what a day. What a day for him. I mean, he's moved around, made the throws, good decisions.
Kent Graham may have just shot down the Broncos' perfect season. Denver has 1 timeout remaining.
I think if I had to sit here and I could talk about the game, and you always tell you, if you wanted one player who made the difference, Kent Graham for the Giants all day long made the decision and physically made the plays.
To the 40 to the 42-yard line is Keith Burns, who's had as many hands on kickoffs today as Vaughn Hebron has. And here comes John Elway.
Now, I'll tell you what, I hate the squib kick. I just hate it. I hate it more than I ever hated prevent defenses by our team when we played them. Look where the Broncos get the ball, 42-yard line, 41 seconds to go, and they have one timeout. So that means the Broncos can do anything they want on offense right now. They can throw it in the middle, look for the big game, and call a timeout.
Field goal does them no good. The Broncos need a touchdown. Incomplete. Intended for Rod Smith.
Well, that was a good defensive call by the New York Giants. They confused the pass protection by the Broncos. They made John Elway throw the football before he was ready. Jim Fossil, hey, head coach, sometimes you got to even help the crowd along too.
Smith fakes the lateral, keeps it inside the 45 to about the 41-yard line. Elway in the offense hurries to the line.
They had the hook and lateral going that time. Good job by Smith by not getting the ball back.
And Elway slams the ball into the turf to stop the clock at 19 seconds remaining. 19 is the number of consecutive victories the Broncos were going for today to set a new NFL record. That man has put a big stop sign in the way. San Francisco, Miami, Chicago did it twice. The Broncos have done it. And it could come to an end in 19 seconds.
If the Broncos can pick up a first down, you use your timeout, you get down inside the 30, and then you can take all your plays, what's left in the game, a couple of them, and throw the ball in the end zone.
2nd and 10. Elway down at midfield. Bratsky, number 77. Third sack of Elway today.
John Elway was looking for somewhere to run to buy that extra few seconds to throw the ball down the field that time, but the Giant defensive line, terrific job of staying spaced out. There was nowhere for him to move, and then Chad Bratsky, because of his effort, gets in there and makes the sack.
That titanic meeting that has been on the lips of everyone next Monday night down in Miami is now not looking so titanic.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people root for the Broncos because of that. They want to see him go down against the Miami Dolphins undefeated, but I know there's a lot of Giant fans at home today who got season tickets who didn't show up. We're going, no, I should have gone. I knew it was going to be a good game. Well,
defending Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos, 13-0, rolled into the Meadowlands unbeaten and are 12 seconds away from suffering their first loss of the year. They are out of timeouts. Elway throws far side, complete, out of bounds, first down to Willie Green.
Well, that was a good job by John Elway and the Broncos. Get the ball a little closer. That time they pick up 20 yards to Willie Green. And now you have a chance, instead of throwing the long Hail Mary in the end zone, now Elway can move around and throw a ball on the line and give his receivers a much better chance of catching the ball in the end zone. The defense of the Giants, don't let him move around. 3-man rush, too.
5 seconds to play. Elway going to go for the Hail Mary. Near side, end zone, incomplete. Coached at Denver. He coached John Elway in Denver and at Stanford University, and his New York Giants have knocked Elway and the Broncos off their first loss of the year, 20-16.
Well, you sit here and you watch the game today. The New York Giants They outplayed the Denver Broncos from start to finish. They deserve to win the game.
For Phil Simms and Arm Katayan, I'm Greg Gumbel. That's it from the Meadowlands. Our final score, the Giants 20 and the Broncos 16. Let's send you to Jim Nantz in New York for the NFL on CBS post-game report.
All right, Greg and Phil, thank you. What an unbelievable scene. And Al Del Greco's on the field live at Jacksonville. As the Oilers are trying to beat the Jags, let's go there live.
8 seconds remaining. Fourth quarter, Tennessee, Jacksonville, tied at 13. Al Del Greco, he's been good on a 28-yarder today, a 30-yarder today, and a chance to win it. This, a 41-yard field goal. And Jacksonville calls timeout.
Timeout, Jacksonville. First quarter timeout.
Being a guy who covered special teams a lot in my career, I've talked to a lot of kickers about how they feel about being iced in the game, and a lot of kickers tell me they'd rather have the opposing team call that timeout so that they can gather themselves and make sure everything is just right for that kick rather than hurrying through the setup.
And an interesting turn of events at this football game. Mark Brunell didn't start the game because of an ankle sprain that he suffered last week against Detroit. Jamie Martin ended up as the starting quarterback, but at the end of the first half of play, he suffered an injured right knee and has not returned. Jonathan Quinn, a rookie, has been leading the way for this Jacksonville team in the second half. But here, Al Del Greco, the 15-year veteran with the chance to win it, a 41-yard attempt. Got it up. And good! Al Del Greco nailed it with 4 seconds to go.
We spoke to Jeff Fisher yesterday, and he had an air of confidence coming in here to Jacksonville that his team was really going to play well. Forget all the guys that were injured. Forget all the fact that they had to win the rest of their games to get in the playoffs. He felt like they were going to play well enough, in fact, play very well to win here.
4 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Al Del Greco, who's been good on a 28, 30, and now a 41-yard field goal, has the Oilers on top of the Jaguars 16-13. 4 seconds remaining.
If you're going to kick a field goal at the end of the game to win it, 1998, Al Del Greco in the National Football League is the guy you want to do it. Watch there, just stays good. It's a line drive kick. He's kicking into a stiff wind that became a factor late in the game, and Del Greco sees it go through. He knows it. Then you see Jeff Fisher. He knows it as well. There's nothing like it. That's a lot of relief coming after a hard afternoon.
Al Del Greco has hit 14 straight field goals. And with 4 seconds to go, the Oilers are in good shape. Different story, however, for Jacksonville.
You can see Tom Coughlin wishing he could block it himself.
And what a great picture there.
Greg Hendrick will probably line drive this punt on the ground. Just put a grounder down there and squib the ball and make it difficult to field so their coverage can get down and run out the last 4 seconds of the game.
And he does. Squib it short. And Jacksonville falls on the football.
Bad play. Bad play by Tennessee. They should not have touched him. They should have stood around him and not let the ball be downed. Now they've got 3 seconds. They've got to defend a Hail Mary. If the coverage team does not touch the man with the football, the clock will continue to run. They should not have touched him down.
That is a very, very good observation. Now, Jacksonville with the football at their own 43-yard line. Everybody back deep for Tennessee.
But we know that Jonathan Quinn has got a big enough arm to get it down there.
Rolls out, sets up, delivers, down the field, and that's the ball game. No flags on the play. The Tennessee Oilers have improved to 8-6 on the season, and they keep their wild card hopes alive as they beat the Jaguars 16-13. Coming up next, the NFL Today post-game show with Jim Nantz. So for Steve Tasker, this is Gus Johnson saying so long from Jacksonville, where the Oilers have won it 16-13. getting it done with his legs today, and the Oilers survive.